Well, guys, we're finally here. This is always my favourite video to make for you guys every year. This is my top 10 movies of 2015. But before we get to that, I have to talk about my worst movie of the year. I saw this movie while I was on vacation with my sister in the States, and oh, it was so bad I couldn't even bring myself to review it, and that was Pixels. My goodness, who on earth still thinks Adam Sandler can be funny? He was great in his early movies, but since then he's just been churning out turd after turd after turd. Seriously, dude, just you may as well just stop now. We all get it. Find a new gimmick, or just stop churning out all this rubbish, okay? Now, my most disappointing movie of the year was sadly The Good Dinosaur. Now, I've heard a lot of the history on this one, that this had a lot of problems while they were filming, and it shows. Because you have half an attempt at The Lion King, and then you have half attempt at a hero's journey story, and then it still pulls on the feels, still makes you feel emotional and everything, but it just wasn't worth the trudge through the rest of the movie to get to those moments. So it's a real shame that that one disappointed, but it is what it is. Okay, now, before we get to my top 10, of course, I have a few honourable mentions. One of the movies on this honourable mentions list is going to be very controversial, as it's made some worst lists of the year. However, I still had problems with it, but it wasn't enough to even disappoint me or be on my worst movies of the year list. But I'm going to start out with two good ones that did make the honourable mentions list. First one is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It just narrowly missed my top 10. And, seeing it with my niece was fantastic as well. And it was a nice cap off to the Hunger Games saga now. And it was very faithful to the book, which I was very happy with. Now, the next honourable mention on my list is Goosebumps. I will admit, I was not expecting to enjoy this movie, but they really pulled it off. I remember reading the books as a kid, and like I said in my review, I hope it gets kids of this generation into the books. Now, the last movie on my honourable mentions list is the controversial one. Like I said, this movie has made quite a few people's worst list of 2015, but this is my own opinion. I did not hate this movie as much as I thought I was going to, and it was interesting to see, and I'm glad I saw it, and that's why it's made my honourable mentions, because I still had a good time watching it, and that is Terminator Genisys. Yes, Jai Courtney is terrible in the movie. Yes, the big reveal was revealed way too early in the trailers, but it gave us the most faithful sequel to Terminators 1 and 2 than what 3 and 4 have done. So, that's why it belongs, in my opinion, right next to Terminator 2. Now, we get down to the big moment. This is my top 10 of 2015. At number 10, I have Birdman. Absolutely incredible movie. The cinematography in it was beautiful. And I can see why it won Best Picture at the Oscars in 2014. And the reason why it's on my 2015 list is because it wasn't released in the UK until then. So at number 9 is Ted 2. Interesting, funny comedy. Yes, not as good as the first one, but I still got a few laughs out of it, and that's why it's on not only at number 9. Now, at number 8 is Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm probably going to be shocked for the fact this is so low on my list, but I'm not going to lie, I did leave that movie theatre just wanting a bit more from it. And in my opinion, its main problem was that Ultron had no build up whatsoever in any of the other Marvel movies. It was just like, quick, here's your villain, go with it. but I still enjoyed the characters. Tony Stark was still funny as hell. They gave a lot more backstory to Black Widow, which was interesting, and made the Hulk a more compelling character as well, like they did in the first Avengers. Now, number 7 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Probably the best Mission Impossible movie yet. I mean, it has you in high suspense. The action sequences are breathtaking. Tom Cruise, for his age, to still be doing his own stunts is, ah, it's just something you can't take your eye away from. So that's why that's at number 7. At number 6, we have Ant-Man, the surprise hit of 2015. No one thought this movie was going to be good, but it actually turned out better than Avengers Age of Ultron, which is saying something. And I'm really looking forward to the sequel and seeing Ant-Man in future Marvel movies. At number 5 is Whiplash. Oh boy, again, this movie didn't come out in the UK till 2015, but my goodness, J.K. Simmons completely eradicates J. Jonah Jameson from his IMDb page. In fact, this is probably what J. Jonah Jameson would be like in an R-rated or 15-rated movie. I mean, and Miles Teller is an absolutely incredible actor and gives a brilliant portrayal in this. It's a shame he had to do the part of dog crap, which was Fantastic Four, but you know, if you watch him in this, it more than makes up for that. And words can't describe how good this movie is. So at number 4 is Jurassic World. Now look, it's about how much fun you have with a movie at the end of the day. And I had a lot of fun returning to this world and seeing Richard Attenborough's character's vision fully realised as a full theme park. Yes, the CGI on the dinosaurs was very questionable, but it didn't deter away from the overall enjoyment of the movie. Now, number 3 is my favourite Bond movie for quite some time, and that is Spectre. This hit all the right notes. Daniel Craig gave his best performance as James Bond, and I just thoroughly enjoyed every single moment of this movie, and no one was expecting the big twist, even though a lot of rumours were circulating around at the time. Now, at number 2 is, of course, Inside Out. Definitely the most fun I had with a movie all summer, and it was one of those movies that appeal to not just kids but adults as well, which is what Pixar does so well. And it was definitely their best movie since Toy Story 3. So before I get to my number 1 pick, although I think everyone knows what's coming. At number 10 we have Birdman. At number 9 we have Ted 2. At number 8 we have Avengers Age of Ultron. At number 7, we have Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. At number 6, we have Ant-Man. At number 5, we have Whiplash. At number 4, we have Jurassic World. At number 3, we have Spectre. And at number 2, we have Inside Out. And my number 1 pick of 2015, this is going to come as no surprise to anybody, probably, but my number 1 pick is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. This was hands down the best movie of 2015, resurrected the franchise in a way that we never thought possible after the god-awful prequels. And J.J. Abrams and his team, along with Lucasfilm, brought everybody back and introduced us to some very likeable new characters that are going to fit in so well to this incredible saga. And I can't wait to see where episodes 8 and 9 takes us. So that does it from me for another year on YouTube. Thank you so much you guys for watching, and all to all the new subscribers for coming along. I look forward to 2016 and bringing you some more videos, which is going to start with an advanced UK screening of Creed, which I can't wait to bring you the review for because I've had a lot of good reports. But that's going to do it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I make new videos as often as I can. And as always, guys, I shall see you all on the next one, and take care.